Boys and girls, 1, 2, 3, eyes on me. Um, how many of you ran on the playground today? What about ate breakfast today? Or even wrote on a piece of paper in school today? Um, when we do things like that, it's called an action. We do actions like that all the time, every day. Can anyone think of something that would be an action? Okay. So today I want to explain to you what good readers do. A good reader's job is looking at the characters in the book, the pictures, the words, and trying to find things that maybe they do during the story to give us more information about the stories. And sometimes actions affect other characters in the book as well. So one way we can do this is by looking at pictures and comparing them to the words. So our learning target today has to do with using illustrations in a book to figure out something about the characters to help us find more about the story. We're going to practice this by reading a book called Know David. So we're going to look at the pictures in this book and we're going to make a chart of the characters' actions, and then we're going to brainstorm how his mom might be feeling during these actions. And we're going to do this by looking at all the pictures since there's not very many words on this in this book. What do you think that David might be like, but just looking at this cover? What do you think his action might be? Okay. So, in this book, it's all pictures of David and his mom is the one talking. We never see his mom, but we know that she's the one talking. Okay. So, while reading this book, it's important to know about the characters. So that's why I just told you about the mom. This helps us to find more about the book. So we're going to use the strategies in the book our strategies by looking at the illustrations to figure out what a character is doing and how he is feeling and how the other characters in the book are feeling because of this. So we're going to meet characters, David and his mom, and like I said, we're going to chart the character's actions, and then we're going to chart how his mom might be feeling. And sometimes we might notice how David might be feeling as well. Okay. Now, David. What is David doing here? What do you think he's trying to do? When I'm looking at this, I think that maybe David is trying to reach for a cookie. I think that because he's probably standing on this chair that his mom doesn't really want him to be reaching a cookie, and she's saying, "No, David." I'm kind of thinking to myself that maybe it might be time for breakfast, or maybe even supper, or maybe just David shouldn't have a cookie at this time. I'm going to stop and write David's action down on this chart, and then I'm going to write how his mom is feeling. So I'm going to make a line right down the middle of our paper. So David's action is he's trying to get a cookie. I think that his mom might be feeling kind of frustrated that he's trying to get a cookie when he's not supposed to. So I'm going to put frustrated for his mom. I also think that maybe she might be kind of scared that David might get hurt because he's standing on a chair reaching for something on the very top shelf. Oops. I'm going to make a line for our next page. All right. So now you kind of saw how I was kind of thinking about the book. I want you to really work on this page and try to kind of do what I was doing. No, David, no. Oh my goodness. What is David doing here? Yeah. And why do you think his mom is saying, "No, David, no"? Okay, so I'm going to chart that. I heard someone say he's walking on the carpet with dirty shoes. we were kind of talking about why his mom might be feeling that way. I heard a lot of people say she doesn't want to clean it up. I also heard people saying she might be mad that it's getting the carpet all dirty, and I really liked mad. I know when I was little, sometimes I maybe did this and my mom was mad when I did it. Okay, we are going to keep reading. No, no, no. What is David doing here? What do you think happened on this page? I'm kind of looking at it and I think maybe David's mom wasn't watching him, and while David's mom wasn't watching him, he turned the water on more so that he could have fun in the bathtub. Come back here, David. David, be quiet. Don't play with your food. What about this picture tells you about what David is doing? Yes, very good. The way he's doing that with his food, he's probably supposed to be eating it, huh? That's enough, David. What do you think might happen if David doesn't stop doing this? We see how, yeah, I think that he might choke too. Maybe that is why his mom is not too happy. Go to your room. Oh, here's a page where we really see how David is feeling. What do you think he was doing before? And what do you think happened to make him feel like this? Yeah, I think he was watching too much TV, and maybe his mom said to stop. And then David's kind of feeling mad, or even maybe sad because he couldn't keep watching this. So I'm going to stop and write that on our chart. So I'm going to write David's mom's feelings first. Why do you think David's mom didn't want him to keep watching TV? Maybe because he was supposed to be doing his homework. So she was trying to help him. Okay, and now I'm going to write a little dotted line and we're going to write how David is feeling. I heard a lot of you say that David is mad that he can't watch TV, maybe even sad, but maybe he's just not wanting to do his homework, and that's why he is making that face too. Settle down. Stop that this instant. Put your toys away. What do you think David's supposed to be doing right here? Yeah, I think he's probably supposed to be putting his toys away, but instead he's watching TV. How would that make you feel if you told someone to put your toys away? Yeah, you would be kind of frustrated too. Not in the house, David. Oh, this is a really good picture. So, what do you think would happen if he kept playing and didn't listen to his mom? There's a lot I see on here that could happen. Maybe his mom doesn't want him to play baseball in the house. Yeah, he could hit this clock. He could get hurt because maybe he could bump his head. He could break this vase. He could break the clock back here. Or even maybe, I heard someone say, put a hole in the wall. I said, no, David. Oh, what happened on this page? We kind of predicted this, right? That he might break something, and that's why his mom didn't want him to keep going. So on this page, we see how David is feeling again. How do you think David is feeling in this page? I want all of you to make your face look like how David's is feeling right now. Oh, very good. All right, so we are going to stop and chart this as well. So, right now, on this page, David is crying. What does crying usually mean? Maybe David is sad, right? Or maybe he feels bad because his mom yelled at him. Very good. All right, let's see what keeps happening here. Davy, come here. What do you think David maybe did that his mom is saying, come back? Yeah, I think maybe he ran away too. Yes, David, I love you. What do you think David feels like now? Yeah, he feels happy and loved, right? And I think so it is his mom. What do you think happened on the pages before that made made this happen? I think everything from him saying, his mom saying no, to him feeling sad and mad and crying. Maybe that's what happened. And we did just write that down. That was good. So, as you see here, we made this chart. And that's kind of what you're going to do today in your reader's workshop. You're going to free read your book and write a chart about the characters. I want you to take extra time to look at all the pictures in the book. Remember, we can really use those illustrations to help us find out more about the character and the story. And I want you to fill out an action chart just like this. Now you can write like I did, or you can make pictures, however you want to do it. Today we are just doing the actions of the characters, and we're going to worry about the feelings tomorrow. So our learning target today was to use illustrations and details to tell about characters and what happens in a story. We practiced this by really looking at the pictures in this book, and we created a chart about David's actions just by looking at the pictures and kind of using the words. But the words really weren't as important as the pictures in this book. Right now we're going to move on to our reader's workshop. You're going to sit down with your book and you're going to start reading. You can make one of these pages in your journal.